This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a portable dishwasher that is not draining. It's kind of dribbling the water out, but not draining as fast as it should. This is a SPT. This is one that's made in China. And first thing we're going to do is remove the filter. You can see the water that's in there is kind of murky. It's been there for a while. And I'm going to use a turkey baster just to suck out that water. You could even use a sponge. Will work fine. You just want to get out as much of the water as you can. So we're going to turn the machine on its back so that we can get to the drain motor, because my suspicion is that maybe something is blocking the drain motor's impeller. It can't spin fast enough to get rid of the water. Sometimes a little bit of glass or porcelain can get in there. So we're leaning it back, and then we're going to be removing a sheet metal plate on the bottom that is a protective plate that's kind of in the way of all the components that we want to get to. So there's 4 small Phillips head screws we're going to remove. Then we can take this sheet metal plate off and we'll have access to the drain motor. The drain motor is held in by just 2 Phillips head screws, and we also have to pull the wire terminals off of the motor too. So make sure it's unplugged. Then we're going to take out this Phillips head screw here. It's close to you. And then there's one on the other side that's a little harder to get to because you don't have direct access. So I'm going to use a Phillips head screw and a small ratchet, and I'm going to spin that screw off, and then I'll be able to turn the whole drain motor assembly, and it will then come loose and we can see what's going on. So I use the ratchet to kind of loosen it, and then I'm going to use my fingers to spin it off because it's a little bit hard to keep the ratchet on there. You also have access at this point to the fill valve and the circulation motor, and all the components are pretty easy to access. So I got the motor off, and I'm just going to check to see what's going on. I see that there's something in there. Looks like it's the stem from a cherry maybe. And that could have been blocking the impeller and just not letting it spin up to full speed. That's probably all that was causing the drain problem. Just for fun though, I'm going to take a wire. This is not a super thick wire, but it's pretty flexible. And I'm going to push it up inside this drain tube. This is the drain tube that goes all the way to the sink. I'm going to push it up in there and twist it and just keep feeding it in until I've gone maybe 3 or 4 feet in. And that's just to see if there's anything in that drain tube that's blocking it. When I did that, I didn't notice that there was anything that came out, so I don't think there was. Probably what was going on is that stem was not impeding the movement of the impeller entirely, but it was probably slowing it down, and that's why we were getting a slower than normal drain action, and that can cause error code to pop up on your dishwasher. So the first thing to check if you notice this problem of a slow drain is just remove the filter, look down there, remove the water, and see if there's just something obvious caught in the sump area. And if you don't see anything, the next step would be to do what we're doing here, where you remove the drain motor. And now we set it for drain, and it's doing great. So it was just that little piece of cherry stem was in the way. So I hope that's been helpful to you, and you get yours draining again, and you'll be back to normal. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance.